Hello, today we'll take a look at this problem. Today we'll be adding a bunch of fractions called unit fractions because the numerators are all 1 and the denominators are numbers that can be factorized. So when we add fractions, the first step is to find the lowest common multiple, or the LCM, of the denominators. So let's begin by writing that. The LCM, 12, 18, 21, 25, and 35. I need to figure out what this is. Okay? So the best way to do this, the most systematic way, is to prime factorize each denominator. So I'm going to write them out. Let's prime factorize 12. So 12 is 3 times 4. You can write that as 4 times 3, and that's going to be the same as 2 squared times 3. Notice what I did here is we made the 4 2 squared because 4 is not a prime number, but 2 is. So we're trying to find the prime factorization where we have a product of prime powers. All right, so next one will be 18. Let's try that. 18. So 18, this is 9 times 2, 2 times 9. All right, so this is going to be the 2 times 3 squared. Okay. Next one is 21. 21 is 3 times 7. So that's already the 2 prime factors that we find there. Okay, so 25. Moving on. 25. That is 5 squared. 5 times 5. And lastly, 35. Okay, this is 5 times 7. All right. So now that we've prime factorized all these numbers, to calculate the LCM, what we do is we take the highest power of each prime factor and then we multiply them together. So let's just circle the prime powers here. For 2, the largest one is 2 squared. For 3, the largest one is 3 squared. So we find it there. For 5, 5 squared. And 7, well, we got 2 options for where to circle, and both of them are just 7. So we only have 2 squared times 3 squared times 5 squared times 7. So I'm going to write that here. On the side here, I've got 2 squared times 3 squared times 5 squared times 7. Well, that's 4 times 9 times 25 times 7. Notice that we can group 4 and 25 together, take that product, and we're going to get 100. And we can multiply 9 times 7 easily, 63. So we're going to get the LCM being equal to 3,600, right? So we figured that out. The lowest common multiple is this large number. Now, this is a systematic way of doing it, and it's the most number-theoretic way of doing it. And once we do this, find the LCM, we can now make all these unit fractions to have the same common denominator. So I'm going to erase everything we have right here, and we're going to convert all of these fractions to have the same common denominator. And we have 5 fractions. All right. But now we need to figure out the scale factor of each respective fraction. So to find the scale factor and for each numerator, what we do is we just divide 6,300 by each of these denominators. So I'm just going to write out, I won't write out the division, but I'll just write out the result if we did 6,300 divided by 12, for example, for the first one. That gives us 525, okay? 6,300 divided by 18 gives us 350. 6,300 divided by 21 gives us 300. 6,300 divided by 25 gives us 252. And 6,300 divided by 35 gives us 180. Okay, so those are our numerators. Now, all of these are multiplied by 1 because we're dealing with unit fractions here. So we don't have to multiply by the numerator in effect. But what we are is we're multiplying all these scale factors by 1. Okay, so once we have that, we can just add all these numerators together because all the denominators are the same. And that end result is going to be, let's take a look, 525 plus 350 plus 300 plus 252 plus 180. And the end result is going to be 1,607 out of 6,300. And there you go. That's how you add these 5 fractions. First, we find the lowest common multiple, the LCM of our 5 denominators, 12, 18, 21, 25, 35. And we got 6,300. And then after that, use 6,300, and we divide that number, the LCM, by each of the denominators. And for each fraction, we use these quotients. So we got 525 for the first one, 350 for the second one, 300 for the third one, 252 for the fourth one, and 180 for the fifth one. And then with the common denominators found and their respective numerators, new numerators, the scale factors, we just add them up and we get 1,607 out of 6,300. And these two numbers don't have any common factors, so that's the end result. Okay, so that's how you add unit fractions together.